Hello, I'm Zinj, and this is a College League match. For this season of the REBBL College League, I've been assigned as MoshNinja's mentor for Wood Elves, which is interesting for me. So this is an analysis of a replay of last night's match to see what tips and advice I can offer for this Wood Elf team, Dad's Morning Wood, which has got a great theme going on, against Khemri. So, against Khemri, you're looking to exploit how incredibly slow and unagile they are. Although the four Tomb Guardians are quite scary, and the rain usually helps against Khemri, but can be difficult. So we'll see what the setup's like here. The opponents won the toss, chose to kick. That's the right choice for them. As Elves, you always want to kick first. So that's a bit of a pain. It means we'll need to do the offense first rather than defense, which you prefer. Fans, they've won the fan factor, or the fame, which is a shame, can't be helped. And it's pouring rain, which is interesting. So, let's look at the teams. Pretty much fresh teams. The Khemri just have Mighty Blow on the one Tomb Guardian, I think that's it. No bench, which is interesting. No bench for either team. And the Wood Elves here are a 0 reroll build with 2 throwers, which I wouldn't usually go for on this kind of build. I guess you could go for another catcher instead, or even just save the money and try and get that apothecary. Do we have an apothecary? No. A bit earlier. So there's no inducements, no apothecaries, nothing but free rerolls for the Khemri. Okay, so what does your setup want to be? Is this the defense that he's set up? Yes. So we're setting up our team to attack. So that's pretty standard Chevron defense. It's kind of what I like to see. As either team, really. I quite like using that sort of defense as Elves myself. So what to do? It's tricky in the rain. It's a bit hard in the rain. You could stall it out, but I think I'm going to suggest that for the most part we just always go for a 2-turn score, if possible. And so go for a setup which will maximize that. To do that, against this kind of defense, we're going to have to knock down one of the 2 skeletons at the side. Everything else being equal, the Mighty Blow Tomb Guardians on this side, so you probably want to aim for this side over here. Let me just check this is recording, actually. Yes, just about. So without many skills on your own team, hang on. Is the skill display gone? Oh, it's because of the pause. Like if you had a guard, you could slot them in here, and then blitz from here and push them out. I have watched just the start of the first turn, and I know that you go here to mark this player as well to get a 2-dice blitz on the skeleton. But I don't like that because this guy will probably get surfed. So I think instead what I would set up for is for the War Dancer. We do have 2 War Dancers, right? To actually go for a 1-die blitz, which is kind of scary. It's a 2+ to not fail. You don't have any rerolls, so everything's scary. But I'd set up the War Dancer to go through here, get the 1-die blitz, and push up here into this area, and set up as many players in this area as we can. Try and form up a cage around here. We'd set the throws up back, have a catcher around here, maybe a towel back to receive the pass or handoff. It's a 1 in 9 to fail, which isn't too bad if it's around here and you have some players here first. But once the ball is in hand, you can try and set up a cage here. Khemri are very slow, they don't have many players. That Blitzer could sort of get around here, but not very well. He definitely wouldn't be able to get in front of a cage, or sideline cage that you set up here. So the one thing I do to top it off would be to mark up this Tomb Guardian. He doesn't have Mighty Blow, so it's not that scary, too much taking an extra block from this guy. So I'd mark him up, push him there, and then just try and run smells through. So let's see what actually happens. So I quite like this, if this would let you do that sort of thing. However, I would always, I think I would always favour one side quite heavily. Quick snap's quite nice. So I don't like this symmetrical offence. You want to commit to one side as Wood Elves against a slow team. Because what will most likely happen is you don't advance, but then they'll bring most of their players around. They'll probably overcommit, and then as Wood Elves, you can just swing around to the other side and outpace them. And that's a common offensive tactic you want to use. Is try and draw him into one area and then just run around and get around the other side. So this seems fine. So the only part of the match I've seen currently is this setup where you set up this 2-die blitz to get through, which is a POW. But with him ending his turn there, he's almost definitely going to get surfed into the crowd, which is always bad. I mean, if he had sidestep, it wouldn't be that bad at all. And just the one more that's going through, maybe it's not so bad, given that he doesn't have any tackle. He'll probably be aiming for that war dancer. Well, actually, what he should do is maximise his mighty blow hits, if he can. But he failed the pickup, which happens in the rain. No rerolls, can't be helped. It was 2+. There wasn't much else. I mean a 3+. Wasn't much else that was really worth taking. So I guess that's not too bad. So straight away you should do the splits, I think. That's quite good that he's managed to surround the war dancer. You either risk the 3+2+ to get out, which isn't too scary, or try and engineer maybe a 1-die blitz if you can get another player through, if it leaves this gap open. Anyway, we'll see what happens. I'm surprised he used the Tomb Guardian for that. I suppose he wanted to make sure he got these blitz rails on there. But I think he should have used one of the blitz rails with the block. No injury on the surf, which is something of a bonus. The power on the catch is a bit annoying, but he's also fine. He usually wants to stand firm with a tree, so that's quite good. Right, what would we do here? I'd always try and stand the tree up first. That dodge could have failed. I think if the tree stood up, I'd probably place a player here and then blitz a hole. Oh, maybe not place a player there. Maybe just go for the 1-die blitz to push him out the way and then be able to run some players through. Overall now, what you want to be doing is using the full length of the pitch, because you've got such a massive speed advantage that with your players everywhere, with the dodge and the edge 4 everywhere, he'd end up splitting his players up too to follow you, and would probably find himself out of position that you'd be able to exploit as Elves. But the catch up there is not too bad. I like that. I'll definitely use one of the 2 war dancers to blitz with though, wherever the blitz is coming from this turn. Especially with no rerolls. You don't want to be blitzing for anyone else. Oh, the tree did fail to stand up. Oh. Oh well. Yeah, that's why. But it happens. The problem here is your war dance is going to get surfed. Push, push, blitz. When this War Dance did run up here, I think I would have run in one more towards the sideline. This Blitzer coming from the other side would have had to make a GFI to get up to him, which adds a little bit and doesn't make too much difference otherwise, other than letting you run probably further away if we had the opportunity to take that dodge. You probably should have taken it, just going on the basis of taking the safest moves earlier. But the 3+ dodge to a 2+ dodge with dodge is more likely to succeed than this 1-die block from the catcher. Perhaps you missed it was a catcher, so it was strength 2. If it gives you the option there, you shouldn't use dodge, because you're going to get surfed. It's a 3-die blitz as well from the Team Guardian. Well, that happens. He's fine. That could have been worse. It's annoying that he's off the pitch. What can you do here? Before I did that, I was going to suggest blitzing one of these players off and trying to get the ball to this catcher. But that's making things difficult. Alright, let's look at this. You still don't have the ball because of rain. And because things fail. Always stand the tree up first. It's no good on the floor. But what can we do? That's tricky. Very tricky. I suppose you're going to have to stall this turn out. He can't get near this area of the pitch, so I'll probably mark up this skeleton with this thrower, I guess. Then just dodge these players out, separate them a little bit up here somewhere, maybe even in this area. Then go for the pickup, because that's quite important if we can get him around here somewhere with the ball, and then dodge these players out. And just try and split his team up, I think. And also get the catcher out somewhere, because that's your safest dodge along with these two. So what order is that? I think that's dodge these first, because they're going to get surfed otherwise. Then dodge the catcher out down here, just so he's available, as well as picking the tree up first, of course. Mark him up, then go for the ball, and then go for your 2+ dodges. There's no blitz in that, so maybe you dodge the catcher to here, and then blitz the War Dance around to here and block him, just to get the blitz in somewhere with 2 dice, and then run away somewhere. Oh, we're going for a running play. It's a bit scary in the rain. Now, it's not a bad idea. My first thought at the start of this turn was, should we try and pass to one of these? But you're in the rain already, so it's a -1 to the catch, and you're either in 2 or 3 tackle zones, so that's a 6+ catch. First catcher, which is just too much. 5+ to the War Dancer, and he doesn't have catch. But perhaps if you blitzed one of them off first, I wouldn't hate it too much. I mean, I suppose the easiest thing would be to dodge the War Dancer out and do a 1-die bit blitz to push one of these away. Maybe bring him back around. But you don't really want to touch this. Oh, it's not the Mighty Blow one. That's not too bad. I guess the main problem is it's likely to fail, and then you're very likely to get surfed. So I wouldn't go for it this turn. If there were not as many markers and it wasn't in the rain, it's kind of worth going for. But it's just with how close you are to the sideline. Which is one of the many reasons that I really like sidestep on catchers and War Dancers once they've got blodge. Or wrestle and dodge. At least these guys aren't really doing anything for a turn or two. We're seeing here now just how slow Khemri are. They can't even get near the ball. Surprised he did things that way around. I think he should just push the catcher here. Blocks the catcher and then surf the one answer. Did I say catcher instead of one answer there? Anyway, I think the Team Guardian should have pushed the catcher to the sideline. Blocks the catcher away and then surf the one answer. So we got away with that a little bit. That's nice. No, that's not. Oh dear. Minus move. So minus move's not career ending. If it was strength or agility or armor, it'd probably be instantly the end of his career. But with minus move, you can keep him around until you can afford to replace him. Movement 7's pretty good still. Oh, it's our turn. So the catcher's up there, which is nice enough. If he had sidestep, you can risk him on the sideline. Without sidestep, you can't. What are we going to do here? I mean, you can get a one down the ball. You don't have any war dancers on the pitch anymore, which is horrific. So I guess you've just got to go for the one die on the ball and help. The way to do it, I think, would be to get this player to mark here, and this one to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Get the one die on the ball. Take the both down if it comes up. Push into here, follow up. Hopefully get the ball around here that your thrower can pick up and run away and pass, even though it's in the rain. Anything you can do to move the ball forwards would help. Because if you're holding it around here, he's going to knock you over, particularly with those rerolls. Oh. GFIs. Maybe I should have brought this thrower up a little. There's no risk of him running deep into your own half at all, so he may as well be in a more useful position somewhere. So safe moves first. I guess we could have dodged this catcher out up to here somewhere. I quite like that he's moved all his players across here, leaving all this space open. So you run a catcher up to just around here. Maybe not even that deep if it was just here or so. He'll probably run some players back, and then you'll be able to dodge out and go up there, and then he won't be able to catch you. I guess that's about it though. Everything else is a 2+. But again, we've not stood the tree up, or did that fail? I didn't see. I just always, first of every single turn, see if you want to move the tree or not. Not block with him, because he's a loner. You don't want to risk a failed block. But you don't have any rerolls, so loner doesn't matter. Alright, now he's in the cage. So our best hope is just that Khemri is super slow. Hopefully the tree can stand up and we can form some sort of screen here, but it's difficult. This is not good. That is a lot of players. Yeah, he's committing quite hard to this cage, because he might as well. Without your war dancers around, you don't have a leaping threat. Best you've got is a 5+ cage dive here, so that's not going to happen. Oh, I like that. Yeah, trying to get rid of this Team Guardian would be good, but they're armor 9, you can't expect to get the removals. But for the number of players you've got, that's about as good as defense as you can do. You may as well bring the catcher back here. And I'd probably placed him more around here, if the tree had stood up, just to stop him moving around. That's kind of a mistake from him, I think. With the number of players and advantage that he has, he should always be making his um, strength 5 blitzers into a 3 dice with 2 assists. But he didn't need it. Ouch. I don't think you can save this one. So we have a War Dancer injured, but just one player KO'd. You could try some crazy plays to try and get the ball free, but without any rerolls, it's going to fail and you're going to lose more players. So I think you just have to give up on this one and try and get your players free and out of danger. It's a shame, but we'll see. Or even just on the ground. I mean, he's got no bench, so fouling isn't too bad. I don't know what you do about this throw, though. But your alternative, yeah, is getting someone on the ball. It's not bad. He has to deal with that. It can slow him down. Ooh. Red dice block. That's quite a good one to take, actually. It lets you dodge this guy out. The most important thing, really, is not getting punched by Mighty Blow. So you might as well just dodge out and leave it at that. Or maybe go there. Oh dear. I was going to say that the floor shouldn't hurt as much as Mighty Blow does. Ah, but that's the end of his career. Oh well. It's better to have 1 throw than 2, I think. For the future, that is, not for this match. He should have made that a 3 die as well, but he also kind of got away with it. Now that he's got 2 players off, I'd half expect him to foul any remaining positionals you have. Khemri is something of a fouling team. So we'll see if he does. Really, he should probably have fouled you, catcher, next turn. I wouldn't foul a stun. But what else? No? What we're going for? So again, I'd probably just run away. Or just cage dive that guy into there and try and punch the ball, but it's a 5+ into an uphill. Which is probably a push without strip ball or without a reroll. It's very unlikely to work. So I think I would just run away and probably just go for a tree blitz. Maybe even on the Tomb Guardian on 2. Go for it. If you could push that Tomb Guardian here and get the tree on the ball, that would actually be quite good. Out of the options that you have. I mean, it's 2 GFIs, which you don't normally want to take the tree, but you don't have much else to lose, and if he falls over, he's armor 10, so he's very unlikely to get hurt from it. Well, it's armor 10 and fixed skull, of course. Oh. Yeah, I'd probably take that first before the bunch should go for it. Because he can just move around here. You just don't want to lose more players to Mighty Blow. Oh, this is painful. Still, Khemri are quite good at these kind of drives. He's definitely getting knocked over, so you may as well go for the 4+3+2+ to get out rather than take the mighty blow. It's a very much a desperation move, but there's nothing else to go for and nothing to lose. Oh, oh, nice. I like it. Even if 3 dice uphill. Better going that way, because it's a 4+ rather than a 5+. But you rolled a 2, so it makes no difference. This is brave. Probably too brave. He's getting surfed now. Probably shouldn't have followed up. Oh. He's not getting surfed. Wasn't quite enough to force a GFI, which is a shame. But it was impressive. Okay. Second half already, because you turned over your drive. That's... well, it happens. Just means we have to score twice in the second half. Or once. I don't know if this is overtime format or not. Probably not, so... you go for a draw. Yeah. I guess that setup's fine. There's not much you can do with so few players. You could set up quite back and force him to come to you to try and get that blitz in. But I prefer staying forwards and hopefully taking advantage of a blitz or any gaps in his defense. Well, his offense, I guess. A reroll. Oh dear, what was that kick? What was that kick? Without the kick skill, you always want to aim for the highlighted square that it gives you, so that it's likely to be in the pitch. It can still scatter out, but oh, especially in the rain against Khemri, you don't want to give him a touchback. That's disastrous. He doesn't have a throw rod, does he? Oh, that's a kick in the nuts. Because why, it'd be a 5+ for him to pick the ball up. Oh well. There you know. The kick's really important to not give a touchback. This is what he should have been doing before. It's setting up 3 die blitzes, particularly Mighty Blow. Okay, in this position, because it's raining. Oh, there's a reroll gone. Because it's raining, and he's Khemri, he doesn't have sure hands. You've just got to put everything into knocking the ball free. So I think you just run this lineman up to here, and just leap the wad answer in here and go for the 1 dice. Oh, 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 well, oh. Ah, with your 1 reroll, I would not have rerolled that. I mean, they both got Mighty Blow, but they're both going down. And it's your 1 reroll for the whole half. And it's on a loner. Blah. No, I don't think we should have done that. Um, well, yeah, what I would have done, as I said, would be to just go for the leap and the sack on the ball. If you've ever got an easy way to set up a one dice, in this such situation where it would be very hard for them to pick the ball up again, even if you don't have any players around, there's a good chance they fail that pickup, it scatters out, and you can just pick it up and run away and win the game. I can understand trying to take out the Mighty Blow Tomb Guardian with the tree because he's Mighty Blow, but you can just never expect to remove Armor 9 or even Armor 8. I mean, you just can't rely on removals as Wood Elves. What do I know? Well, that helps. I quite like him there to stop him moving around so easily. Yeah, I'd probably put the catcher somewhere nearby. It's not too bad. The War Dancer. I don't like this so much because he's just going to walk here without any problem at all. You don't normally want to put a War Dancer in danger, but I would probably have stood him here. So he either blitzes your blodge, he doesn't have tackle, and he probably doesn't even use block. Or he comes around this way, and you have the tree and you have the players here ready to slow his advance down. No, he's coming for you anyway. Again, I think he should have made that a free dice. He's got such a player advantage. He can afford to put 2 players here, and then form his cage up with the Tomb Guardians. So if the War Dancer was here, that would have been a push, and he'd probably be here, and then he just doesn't have quite as much room to move around in. So what I'm thinking now is I'm looking for what's going to be the best way to go for the leaping sack. It's not so much where you come in from, it's where, well it is, but it's all around where you push him to if you're going to knock the ball free. And I wouldn't mind pushing him up so the ball comes out here perhaps, so that Tomb Guardian makes things difficult. Or leaping to here and pushing him to there to get the ball around here, and your lineman and or catcher can maybe recover it and get it to the catcher. Oh, here comes a GF5? No. No. So we're just marking the ball, which isn't too bad either. It's much better if you give him sidestep. He has to deal with this now. Because you're so fast and he's so slow, I don't really like putting the catcher so deep. I mean, it does mean he's out of range. But now he's got stuff to deal with around here. If you bring the catcher, if you just leave him here, or even bring him around to here, and if he marks you up, maybe around here, because if he uses either the Blitzer or the Tomb Guardian to mark that catcher, that's another player and around the ball who's not going to be helping defend the ball, and then you can just dodge away, even just one tile, and keep doing the same. Or run away a long way if you want to later. But for now, he's just so deep. I don't think it's a good move. Say to get the ball free, with him around here, you can do a handoff. And even if that's a 4+ catch or a reroll, that's not so bad, compared to attempting quite a long pass, perhaps, if that comes up. Oh, that's a shame. Should have dodged this guy first. Oh, he gets the power. It happens a lot. You notice that a lot of War Dancers, because it's more annoying. But you'll find that they tend to find powers very easily. So I think even without reroll, you should be going for the ball every time. Just knocking a cage corner away and standing on the ball isn't going to do you much good without extra skills. If you had sidestep, you could step into one of these spots and be really annoying if it doesn't knock you down. But without anything extra, with blood, you may not get knocked down, but you'll definitely get pushed away. And he'll just move around, and he's got the whole half to score. In fact, he doesn't even need to score. So, he can just cage up. He could just throw his whole team around the ball, and he's won the game. He probably won't do that. That said, getting the tree on the ball is pretty good, because he can't as easily get the tree away. So that's an option, because he doesn't want to dodge. This, I would have wanted to make it a 3 dice with an assist. That would mean a 2+ dodge with him, which isn't great without a reroll on such an important blitz. If this catcher was nearer, I'd probably have brought him into here then. And, you know, leaving him nearer would have left him in a more useful position, but never mind. You always want to make your tree blocks or blitzes into 3 dice with 1 assist if you can. Against the strength 3, it's just so much better. We get a push, which is decent. And another player on the ball, that's good, I suppose. Yeah, I like double marking him up rather than marking somebody else up. Maybe if he was closer again, I'd mark this skeleton up at the back with that catcher, just to really start to be a pain with all these players around the ball. I was wondering about that. Yeah, that's the other reason you don't want to put more players in there, but it opens it up to a chain push. Just the tree would have been fine, because he's only going to get 2 blocks in it at the most. But now he doesn't have to get away, which is annoying. So I'd always be wary of that when you've got someone on the ball that could be quite a good marker if they've got sidestep or stand firm like Tree does, or something else to be a pain. If you bring more players in, he can use that player to engineer a chain push like he did, which you don't see as much in college level, but you should do. It is what he should do, so it's quite a good play from him. This is great now, though. You've got so many players on the tree. Oh, now you definitely want to knock the ball free somehow. Whoop. Well, you made that a 2 red dice block because this guy's still running an assist. Without him having guard anywhere, you can place your player here, 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 or even bring that catcher into here and run it that way and leap in there, block him this way. And if you're lucky, the ball scatters out here for this player to recover and get away with. I mean, it's not fantastic if it comes this way, because you have to run down here and be quite deep in your own half, but then you can hopefully pull off some elf shenanigans. But in any case, you don't want to take an uphill blitz if you don't have to. So there's a good chance that would have been a power. I mean, yeah, it'd probably be a push still, but you've got so much better chances. Oh. There's a snake eyes. Oh, that's nice. Eating up a reroll and not getting knocked down. 3, 4, 5, 6. So he's had to bring in another player around the tree. He is going to get to use block now, so there's a good chance that tree gets knocked over. But this is fantastic, really. It's having to focus on your tree. That is what the tree is for. Not sure where he's going. Oh, so his game plan is just to cage up and not even score. Which is interesting. Because it should be so easy for you to just leap in here, push the ball there, scatters here. If it gets knocked over, which, you know, isn't likely, but if it does, that's 1, 2, 3. Hopefully pick up. It's quite a tough pickup, but it's worth going for. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and maybe a couple of GFIs to completely get out of range. Maybe just one. And then you've drawn the game and you've got more turns to score again. So the lack of rerolls is hurting this. You really want to reroll for a leaping sack attempt, which might be why you've not attempted them so far. But I think you've got to go for it. You keep blitzing a cage corner off, and other than using the tree to do it, it's not really working out so far. I'd probably use the tree here if you're not going to go for that leap. So it's quite hard to get the one answer all the way around. Particularly if he's been knocked over to there. Yeah. So that'd be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Double go for it to set the balls. You don't want that. That's a shame. That's a real shame. That was sort of worth going for. If you really, really wanted to commit to that, you could bring the catch around to here and cancel those assists again to make it a 1 die. Oh well. It's interesting he's not trying to score. That's a real mistake against Wood Elves when you can, with a bit of luck, turn over the ball and score yourself very easily. Oh, I guess he is trying to score now. I suppose the big difference between the safer play of pushing a cage corner out and marking the ball is that if you can successfully leap in and sack, it's really hard for him to pick it up. Oh, that's a shame. But it happens. So it's going to be uphill, but I suppose what was nice about that was if you did hit him, it would have been a chain push. So you could have pushed him there and pushed this player out, or I guess just backwards is the best you can hope for, and see what happens then. Maybe do something with this player in the catcher. Probably just left it a bit late to start trying the leap, but at least it's now, rather than never. The biggest thing with it for me is using that reroll on the tree blitz. It did remove the Tomb Guardian, but I feel like that's rewarding a bad decision, in my opinion. And you desperately wanted that reroll for the leap and sack on the ball. I do think that could have turned the game around, particularly because of the rain and them having no sure hands. So you should often see this from your opponents. It's the anti-leap cage, where if you jump into here or here, he's always going to get this assist on you hitting the ball. But you can, with this kind of cage, mark here and leap into here. If you can get around, obviously normally you have more players available than everybody on the floor like this, which does happen too. But once you can get strip ball on a wall dance or even an uphill surf is pretty good if they don't have sure hands. It's definitely worth taking an uphill leaping blitz on the ball. If they don't have sure hands and you have strip ball, it's very good odds to knock it free. And then from there you can be an elf, whereas they'll struggle a bit. So I suppose you had to try and stop the score there, otherwise it's pretty much the end of the game. He's scored, and you can't score two in one turn without an absolute miracle. I mean, it can happen, but it'd take an absolute miracle. And that's the game. Well, you got your 10-16. Perfect time to practice a one-turn touchdown, which I don't think you're trying yet. So that's something to look at for us to work on. But otherwise, I think there were quite a few things to learn from this game, and that's really what it's about. I won't take the defeat too hard. I won't take the fact that you had no players standing much of the time too badly. That's quite normal, especially against someone like Khemri. I think there were just a few key plays that could have gone differently, or you could have tried differently, that really would have made all the difference. So while that's happening, I would fire this thrower. You don't really want armor 6 when he's got no SPP at all, but I would keep the War Dancer with minus move until you can replace him. I would probably get a reroll and a Apothecary before replacing that War Dancer. He's on 5, so I'd actually go for a Vanity Pass. Even though he's only going to be on movement 7, it's not that bad. So like you're doing here, I'd just go for an easy pass from that War Dancer to a catcher. Anywhere in the game, you know, even at the start of a game, or on a fence, if you feel like you can take it a bit slower, and you've got a few players back, just play around with the ball, if it's not raining. Because just that one pass will give him skill. Oh, what we're going for here. Now, if you just see how far you can go, I don't like it, because any of that could have failed. He's armor 7, he could have just killed himself. You've got no Apothecary. So, people do that sometimes, but in a league format, it's just not worth the risk, because you don't get anything from it, and the only other outcome is that you lose the player. Oh, that's a shame. You could have brought this player around to cancel one of those assists, but never mind. Okay, that's the game. So I think I've said enough on that. Just have a quick look at the dice. The dice were alright, less ones than other dice, which is nice. Block dice were horrific. Look at all those both downs. That's exactly why you always want to use your War Dancers with block, or give other players block or wrestle. I'd go block on the first two catchers, and I quite like wrestle on the other catcher, and maybe a mix of block and wrestle on linemen. I guess I tend to give them wrestle more often. But yeah, that's horrible compared to just 3 powers. That's really unfortunate. Whereas his were kind of average, kind of good number of powers, but still kind of average. No 6s, that's interesting. Okay, well, until next time.